Hello friends, welcome back to this new video. In this video, I will be sharing my views on the two main ways of making a website. That is the good old traditional way by actually coding it, and the modern way, which is drag and drop approach using these build tools such as WordPress, Wix and all these things. I will be comparing these two ways by knowing some pros and cons of each of the two ways. And if you are trying to make a new website, or if you are trying to get a new website for yourself, then I think that this video can be helpful for you in order to make an informed decision. So let's start this video now. So what are the two approaches? The first approach is by actually coding a website. In order to code a website, we need to have knowledge of some programming languages, which involves HTML, CSS, JavaScript. And the second approach is we can use modern build tools such as WordPress, Wix. What happens in these tools is that there are certain ready-made elements, and all we have to do is just bring those elements in our web page and arrange them as per our needs. And that way we will be easily able to build a website without actually having any knowledge of any programming language. First point for comparison is level of customization. Modern tools such as Wix, WordPress and all the other tools, they have almost everything pre-built into them. And one main setback of having everything pre-built is that it limits the level of customization that we can have. Whereas on the other hand, if we make a website by actually coding it in a particular language such as HTML, CSS and JavaScript, then we can have full degree of customization and we can mold a website the way we want. We can have as many stylings as we want, we can have as many elements as we want, and there is no such limitation as it is there in build tools. The next criteria is the cost of development. If we use build tools to make our website, our initial cost will be less and it is good to get started. But if you are planning to scale your website, if you think that you might need more features in future, then in that case it is not an ideal solution. In that case, it is good that you make your website by coding it. Because when we code a website, we have that provision of full scalability. We can add as many new features as we want. All we have to do is just write the code and add it in our files. And because of that reason, the initial cost of a website when built by this way might come a little higher initially. One workaround for this initial higher cost is that you can have limited features initially. Like if your business is not that much big, just have the features which are required at the moment, and as your business scales, you can keep on adding more feature. The next very interesting point, packages and add-ons. No-code tools such as WordPress have plugins through which we can add some extra features and features such as payments, sending mail and all such features can be added in such tools. Whereas if we make a website by coding it, then we will have to use package managers such as NPM, Yarn and all such package managers. And one thing which I want to share here is that the number of packages which are available on these package managers like NPM, Yarn, that is way more than the number of plugins available on build tools. And one more point over here that I want to make very clear is that the packages and plugins which are available on these package managers are way more sophisticated and easy to incorporate in custom websites. So that is another advantage of coding a website. The next point, which is also very interesting, is time to deployment. It means it is the time taken in order to make a website and put it live on the internet. Because no-code tools uses a drag and drop approach, so all we have to do is just open up that tool, drag and drop things, arrange them the way we want and just make a website. So it really fastens up the process and we can make a website very quick. Whereas on the other hand, if we make a website by coding it, then there are lots of things which goes into planning, testing, managing everything, and all these things, and this increases the time period of making a website. And here is the last point which must never be neglected, and it is related to reliability. Websites made with no code tools are reliable, but they are not as much reliable as a custom website. Because when we make a custom website, we know what all things we are using, how we are making it, or even if we are hiring a team of developers, they have to be accountable of what all things they have put in website, how they have made it, what all packages have been used in order to make this website, and they have to be accountable, right? But when we use build tools such as WordPress, Wix, everything comes in a predefined, predisposed and ready to consume way, and this adds somewhat uncertainty in its nature. So yes, these were some points for comparison, and I just hope that this might given you a rough picture of both the ways of making a website. Both the ways are fine, both the ways are used to make a website, and it just depends on your requirement. If you need a website which needs to be made quickly and which is not so much scalable, which has just limited features, you can use build tools like WordPress or Wix. Whereas if you need a website which needs to be scaled, which need to add more feature, which must be very secure and reliable, then in that case you might go for a custom website. And if you take my personal opinion, I prefer making a website by actually coding it. I am a web developer and I prefer that way only. I have used WordPress. I like that. It is a good approach. But I like even more when I am coding a website, when I am writing code, when my fingers are hitting the keyboard keys. So I like that approach. But again, that is just my personal opinion, and how you want to make a website is completely dependent on your needs, what all things that you need in your website. So yes, this is it. Thank you so much friends for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful, and if that is the case, please make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. That will help me a lot. And this is it for this video, and I will be back again with a new video very soon.